Make sure B2's turned off, please. And good evening, old man. How you doing tonight other than being stuck at work? And old man, I am so sorry. I would probably melt if it was 110 inside my work. And Scotty Too Hottie, how you doing tonight? Code R1 and Strika. Nice to see you guys again. And Dave Flowers, I'd offer you some ice, but I'm pretty sure with the temperatures right now, it would just melt instantly before it even got in your hand. And Alternature, how you doing, man? And Scotty Too Hottie, I really hope that while you're sitting on your front porch, you have a cold beer in your hand. And Matt, how you doing tonight? And guys, as always, this is going to be an AMA, so if you guys have questions, go ahead and get them popped in chat. And Toot, how you doing? And Scotty Too Hottie, that is absolutely acceptable. And hiya, Eric. Justice League assemble. When did we turn into Marvel characters? Or no, yeah. When did we turn into DC characters? X-Men is technically Marvel. Justice League has Wonder Woman and Catwoman.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the podcast live. Thank you. I was about to play some more sound effects. I'll save them. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity. No tears here. Leaving emotion at the door and talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice, courtesy of Leanson, trademark. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I am your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and this morning lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are we doing tonight, Belle?
I'm having a fantastic night that we're doing now that we're doing a live stream.
Just makes the day better, man. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable. And it's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto and welcome to the podcast.
Hey. You.
And that is that's a general feeling I think most people have today. But I want to be real clear here. All right, just in case we're make sure we're all on the same page. This is not a failure of crypto. This is not a failure of blockchain. This is not an indictment against the crypto system. This is the result of ignoring economic laws. Now, I discuss this from time to time on the podcast Discord, but it seems very apt right this moment. You can ignore the laws of economic reality. You can do that. We've been doing it. We in the U.S., we've been doing it for decades. You can ignore economic laws, which are every bit as real as the laws of physics. But you cannot ignore the results of ignoring the laws. Now, we're getting a taste of that right now, just a taste. And for a good comparison, consider gravity just a guideline, and then jump off a cliff and see if it's still a guideline. These laws are fixed, all right? They are what they are, and you tinker with them at your own peril. Now, in this case, what you're seeing is the result of month over month of increasing CPI. That is the Consumer Pricing Index. That's how much things cost. And when they go up 7, 8, 9% month after month after month, something's got to give. Now, loose money, free money, easy money, low interest money is wonderful. It's wonderful for a stock market. It's wonderful for investors. It's wonderful for people purchasing houses. It's wonderful for all of these things. But if you don't claw it back, if you don't get it out of the system, if you don't make it temporary, it will make it permanent all by itself. In fact, you don't have to do anything. All you have to take is no action whatsoever. And next month, bread will cost 50 cents more than it costs now. This is economic reality. Now, we continue to print, and I understand this may get political. It is never my intention to cross the streams. You guys have been watching me for a good year plus, and you know that I don't do that. But in order to explain what you're seeing, sometimes it's necessary to go into basic monetary policy. And basic monetary policy suggests not just suggests, it's in black and white, that if you continue to dilute your currency, you're going to get inflation. This is not even difficult to figure out. A sixth grader with ruled paper and a pencil can figure out that if you continue to add and add and add numbers, it just makes what you're holding worth less. That's inflation. Now, the market is stock market, not the crypto market. The stock market has been kind enough to pretty much ignore this. Now, they haven't been ignoring it. All right, these are not dumb people that are up here doing it. They will take it as long as they can. They will take advantage of the policies as long as they can. And they have been over and over and over. They have been taking advantage of the policy as it's written because they can at least understand it. They can read it. And they can take advantage of it, and they have been. But eventually, there comes a reckoning. And we are beginning to see the reckoning. Now, I thought it was funny, and Belle found an article. She's going to read it for you guys here in a little bit. That just last month, Powell, that's Fed chair, went on every camera he could possibly find, every network he could find, and say, no, half point. That's all we're going to do. 75 points or 0.75% interest increase is not even on the table. We haven't even been discussing it. Well, guess what? I can almost guarantee you that they are discussing it now. So if you think you've seen a shock to the market knows this is coming. The market is absolutely predicting a 75-point increase, 100%. Why do you think $350 billion bled out of the Dow Jones Industrial Average today? $350 billion. And $350 billion bled out of it on Friday. So with that much money leaving with Bitcoin, paper Bitcoin, which everybody celebrated. Look at this. We're going to get some of that good legacy money into here. And you did. So how do you like it now? How do you like a 17% fall off of Bitcoin in a 24-hour period? This is what you get when you start mixing, the streams, when you start chasing legacy money who has absolutely no interest in Web3. The only interest that they have is the ability to earn, the ability to make money, not for the products. They don't care. Odds are good that the people setting up these ETFs have no idea how blockchain works, how it works, what its purpose is. They don't know. All they know is that Bitcoin goes up. And we can margin this stuff. That means that we can buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, but only have to put up $100 million to do it. It's an ETF. Welcome to legacy finance. How are you enjoying it now? So what I'm getting at is that this is not a collapse or a failure of crypto in any way, shape, or form. This is mixing the streams. This is why we don't cross the streams here at the podcast. But when you cross the streams like we're doing right here, then you get what you get. And something's just got to give, man. That's all it is. And you guys are getting a real good taste of it today as well as I have. I've lost... I can't even put a number on it. I can, but I'm not going to, not on the stream. Of how much actual fiat value my crypto portfolio has lost. But this is where we have to get philosophical about it. The crypto that I still own, that I still hold, is still going to work for me, and it is still generating me additional crypto. It might be severely devalued from where it was, but it still exists in its blockchain form, in its ledger form, and that's all that I'm looking for. We'll shake this off. We will. Now, it's going to be a lot more pain before we get there. All right, we've just started. This has just started. Now, I'm not going to go where I'm seeing more and more articles, people calling for Bitcoin at 8,000, 6,000, 4,000. I mean, just unrealistic numbers. But for some reason, now that it's declining, people are entertaining these. It's the same people when Bitcoin was going up, when they said it's 150,000 by December, don't you worry. And everybody believed that because it's all about market sentiment. Now, a reasonable, rational person would take a look at that same number and say, where's the context? What do you mean? How are you going to validate this? Put up a measurable standard so we can find out how you get from $30,000 to $150,000 with no fundamental change of the crypto itself. Where does that come from? But we don't actually ask that. So I would ask the same people who are saying 8,000 right now, Same people who said 150,000 when it's ascending, but now that it's descending, 8,000 seems fair and reasonable. I would say, where do you get that number from? Now, Bitcoin is running more or less with the Dow. Unfortunately, it is. And when the Dow sheds off 800 points, 900 points, 1,000 points, God knows what it's going to be tomorrow, Bitcoin's going with it. Bitcoin's going with it again because these numbers are intermingled. But it's not a failure of crypto. I guess that's what I'm getting at. I got a lot more to talk about on this. I can already feel ourselves. We don't get a lot of visitors here to the live stream, so I have no problem babbling, particularly in economic philosophy. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to cut it right there. I'll come back to another thought that I really wanted to have there. But I want to give Belle her time on screen because I've still been getting the emails. How come Belle doesn't talk so much? So Belle, talk. Take it away. And you are muted. Yeah, you are. Woo! Muted. Round of applause for the Belle. Give it up.
It's been a long day. What can I say? All right. So we do have several questions, actually. First one coming in from Strika. I have a question for the podcast crew. Crypto casinos, is there a way to do it right, or are they all a scam?
Actually, there is a way to do it right. And, I did a video on one of these way back in like March or April, and there is actually a crypto casino out there. I'll dig it up. And you know what? I think it would be more fun now because the token was already really, really low to play at that casino. Now you're playing for sub micro pennies. So it might be fun just to go there to put in a big bet of like $1.80 and you could feel like a champ. I will dig up that information for you. It's a video. God, what was it? I know the thumbnail, so let me dig it up and I'll get back to you. Belle, carry on or you talk.
All right, Matt Malinowski, any new info on the BCN interview? I am working on it, Matt. I promise you that has not slipped my mind. It is being worked on. We're just trying to confirm dates and time zones.
Because that's a you question, Claire. Look, I don't do it. All right. She does the booking, the setting, all that other good stuff. And we had quite a few guests that were lined up. And for some reason, as soon as crypto started crashing, they all bowed out. Nobody wants to go on the screen when the crypto's doing poorly. Honestly, this is the time to go on the screen. This is the time to get your story out. This is the time to do it. But they seem to be going a different way. Belle, carry on.
All right, Scotty Too Hottie, is it a smart move to keep USDC right now and wait until Atom is $5, then pounce?
Well, it's funny that you should mention that. Now, I'll tell you flat out, man, I'm getting some funny feelings about stable cryptos. Not just because I got burned so hard on UST. I'm not alone on here. A lot of people got burned. Pretty much everyone on the podcast, I think, ate just a little chunk of that. But the problem that I'm having with it right now is that the total market value of stable tokens right now, you combine them all, USDC, USDT, DAI, all the big ones and the minor ones. You put them all together, and they have a market cap of Ethereum. That means they have a similar market cap value, total diluted value of Ethereum. This is a problem. This is a big problem. And the one big problem, of course, is that this money is not actually being invested in products. I don't believe that stable tokens are a way to play the market. That's what I've been doing with them. I continue to do it, even though I have to diversify those stable tokens. But they're a way to game the market. They're a way to let everybody. It's the don't come strategy. That means everybody that is holding and just sitting on stable tokens is waiting for the market to bottom out. I know it because I do it. I've showed you guys how to do it. I showed you. Literally, this is me doing it. So I understand what they're doing. But that is, for me, it's a little bit of a problem because as Celsius basically closed the bank doors last night, just like that. Boom, you cannot withdraw. No more withdrawals. Wait till people calm down. Wait till the market gets mellow, and then we'll let you have your money back. But when I see shots like that, and those are big booming shots, it makes me look over at stable tokens and the amount of value that's sitting there because this value is not backed 1-to-1. Not even close. Not even close. That for every $1 worth of stable tokens, say USDC, you hold, that there is a $1 in a bank somewhere backing it up. That's not true. That's not even close to true. So when I see so many people rushing into these things, and I know what they're backed with, it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous because right now it's basically market sentiment that is going to hold these things up. Everybody wants them. We all felt the same way. I felt the same way about UST. I wanted it more and more and more. And look how that worked out. Now, it's funny because I mentioned that on a video and I got a comment. That said USDC cannot mathematically fail. It will never, ever fail. Sir, I beg to differ. It is absolutely plausible, mathematically plausible for USDC to fail. Now, USDC is holding about $50 billion right now on a total market cap, I think, of crypto right now is maybe 1.1 trillion. We shed off about $100 billion today. So that's a good 5% of the total market that could just go gone. That's not that it's unrecoverable, but that is just an absolute kidney shot at that point. And I'm not sure after the black eye after black eye after black eye we've been getting, it's not something that I really want to get into. So even my personal stable tokens that I'm holding, maybe six figures, I have them spread out around 5 different tokens. So if one goes, I have time to recover 80% of my money. But right now, it almost feels risky to me. I'm not telling you what to do, man. You do you. If you can trust it 100%, you guarantee that there is no way that stable token can fail. Why are you in crypto right now? Get into stables and you sit and you wait. Save 40% of your losses and give up 5% of your gains if you have to come in a little bit late. Absolutely big fan. But until I know beyond a mathematical shadow of a doubt that stable token can never fail, I'm gonna be leery. That's a me thing. Look, man, I already got burned. All right, I already got burned. I left $374,000 just on the plate, just watched it go away. So I've already done this, and I'm just not going to do it again. Now, again, you do you, but for me, no. And it's a little bit alarming to me, the fact that so many people are playing Don't Come. They are betting against the market. I do it, so I get it. But they are 100% betting against the market. If you've ever played craps, the one dick at the table that bets the Don't Come line, that's stable tokens right now. Bell, please carry on.
Code R1, Osmo Atom Bond, worth it? Same company.
Osmo Atom? Well, yeah. I mean, it's a strong TVL in that one. I mean, there's still. Let's see. Hang on. I don't even know what the value of that thing is anymore. $64 million. Now, this is incredibly. This is incredibly sad because if you look at my videos from about 3 months ago when I'm flashing this wallet, there was about $500 to $600 million of lock value right there in Atom and Osmo, and now it's down to $65 million. It's not like we're being cavalier about $65 million, but that is a fall off of 90% of the locked value. It's perfectly reflective of Atom, but more so Osmo, because Osmo took it right in the teeth. You are reading that right, ladies and gentlemen. 79 cents per token right now. So, yeah, you do you. I'm going to put it right there. You go ahead and do you. I'm hitting kind of more not desperate, but I'm going a lot more aggressive trying to get back, trying to earn in a really, really, really down market. So believe it or not, I've been going Juno USDC. I never thought I would do it, but yeah, I'm actually pushing over into Juno swap into Juno USDC only because they're being so desperate to shore up their exchange and get some TVL up there that they're offering 258%. Now it's paid in raw, but it's paid liquid and it's paid immediately. So I can liquidate it any damn time that I want. I have no interest in raw. I don't care. But if it's a chance for me to earn decently, I'm going to go ahead and take it. And honestly, Juno's not at the bottom. There is no such thing as the bottom in crypto. But it's low enough that I'm comfortable dabbling in it. So, you do you. That's what I'm doing. Bell, please carry on.
All right. And Dave Flowers, sorry, but I'm not going to read that the way you typed it out because this stream is monetized. But Dave, I have a question for Scott.
Yes.
How the frack are we going to recover from this?
We're going to recover from this the way that the market's always recovered from this. I understand, man. Look, the worst crash is the one that you're in. But this is not the first time that Bitcoin's really shed a lot of value. Why don't you take a look right over here on the big old year-long chart or all-time chart on Bitcoin. Bitcoin above $10,000, believe it or not, is a very recent thing. So we're only talking like 16, 18 months that this thing has actually been up that high. So before we really, really get nuts and accept that Bitcoin, 5-digit Bitcoin is the norm, it absolutely isn't. All right, look at here, July. That is that's July of not last year, year before. So that's about 2 years ago. Take a look. $9,000. All right, it's been there before. You take a look at it from here to here. Now this is a nice phrase or turn in here, but Bitcoin crashes, and it's not unusual. If anybody remembers this number right here, this was May of last year. If anybody remembers May, that was Armageddon. That was crypto Armageddon when crypto went from 58,000 all the way down to 31,000. Oh my God, the sky is falling. The end is near. Crypto is done. We had articles. I was going to read you guys some articles from there because you know what's great about crypto reporting in any way, shape, or form? You can just regurgitate the same stories because the same things happen. So all you have to do is change the date, change some words, and boom, you get the same story. So from here to here, the sky was falling. That's from May 8th right there to July. So from May to July, May, June, and July, a 3-month run, the sky was falling. Bitcoin's done. Crypto's just been a fad. It's gone. It's never coming back, and everybody should run, you fools. What were you doing dabbling in something that you don't understand? Those were the messages. And then, of course, by the end of November, we were sitting at 69,000. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to repeat. I am just merely showing you what happens. You have to understand reporting and the stories that you're reading, and you need to know what the hell propaganda is. Because if you understand it, you've been here. You've seen this. We've been here. We've seen this. This is not the first damn time we've had a crash. November to right here to January. You guys remember that? 60,000 or 69,000 to 36,000. Oh my God, the sky is falling. It's never coming back. This is the worst thing that we've ever possibly seen. And oh my, just run because you're all going to lose all your money. It's all going to go to zero. So we've been here and we've seen this before. And that's, I try to make that point, get that point across. Crypto will recover when the market sentiment, the market legacy world market sentiment recovers. Until that happens, it's going to be washy. That's all I got to say. It is going to be wishy, it is going to be washy, and it is going to be all over the damn board because investing is about confidence. More or less, investing is about confidence, knowing your product, diversifying, and being confident in those investments, meaning that you don't pull all of them out and start stuffing them into stablecoins. When you're doing that, you add additional volatility to the market that you're trying to profit on. So as much as I love the don't come strategy, man, eventually you're going to get diminishing returns, and we're seeing them now. We are absolutely seeing diminishing returns. So there we go. Hope that answered the question. Belle, please carry on.
Code R1 hit us with a $2 super chat saying, I'd buy that for $1.
Yay!
Great line.
You made
Great
$2, Belle.
RoboCop.
Good for you. Yeah, you made $2, Belle.
And got a line from RoboCop delivered. That's awesome. Yay.
That's one
All
of my
right.
favorite movies. I love that movie. I never get tired of it. If it comes on TV, anywhere, if I'm cruising Hulu and I see RoboCop, I'm going to watch RoboCop. All right? It's just very nostalgic for me.
All right, Scotty Too Hottie, listen and educate yourself. Don't do what I did and get liquidated this morning. Education and be teachable. Just an opinion.
Oh, yeah, I feel bad for you, babe. We Scotty and I email, so I have a pretty good idea what was going on with him. And, yeah, man, I don't have the words, babe. I really don't, man. It sucks anytime that happens to anybody. I've been in the racket. I've been in around investing for a little over 30 years now, man, and I've seen it. I've been there. So I understand, man. My heartfelt, just absolute heartfelt sorrow goes out to you. If there's something I could do, I certainly would, man. But yeah, it's part of the journey. And you know what? There's no upside. I was gonna go platitude on you. There's no point, man. You're there. We've already talked. We know where we're at. Belle, carry on.
Bill Young, I'm still DCAing in some blue chips.
Which ones? You got to tell me which ones, man. Now, for me, a successful DCA is DCAing in there with money that is not my money. For example, I have a couple $100,000 bonded LPs all over the place. Used to be a couple millions for the same amount of tokens, but here we are. Now, I'm more than happy to take that money and DCA all day with it. All right, I turn APRs into APYs, big fan. But I'd have to know which tokens and what are you doing with the tokens that you are DCAing into. If they're idling in any way, shape, or form, if they are idling, you are eating 100% of this right now. I mean, 100% of this loss right now. I'm not even pushing LPs because I understand a lot of people. Look, man, LPs are high risk, high reward. All right, you can do very, very well in them, or you can just get absolutely smashed in them. So it will go either way. So if nothing else, if you can at least stake it, earn a few percent, 7, 8, 9%, something to insulate yourself from this a little bit, I think it's a fantastic strategy, one that I could get behind as long as you are doing something with it. If all you're doing is taking more money out of your pocket to DCA, and you can't really see a roadmap for this token to be successful unless Bitcoin is successful, then I might have an issue with that. I'd be happy to elaborate on that one a little bit. Here, go. Tell me which tokens you're in, and I could probably blow it out. Bell, please carry on.
Code R1, Snoop Dogg gave his personal blunt roller a pay increase, citing inflation.
Yeah, I saw that one. Somebody put that on the podcast Discord. Thank you for that. Bell, link the podcast Discord if we happen to have any new people on tonight that want to come over and hang out with a good group of chill investors. Yeah, I saw that, man. What do you call that? I mean, one, don't they have machines that do this? I swear they have machines. You put in the dope, you put in the papers, and out come perfectly rolled marijuana cigarettes. I know what they're called, but I don't know. Maybe this guy does it just right or something like that. But Snoop, thanks, I guess, for easing his burden. I don't have the words for that one. Bell, do you got something to add to that? That easy.
I mean, he's a busy guy, and I'm not gonna judge. It's his money, his choice. So if he wants to pay someone to do that for him.
Well, I mean, what does your resume look like for that? What does your resume look like? I roll blunts, and they're the best. They are what? Look, here you go, man. You know what it is? You roll one, and it's your resume. So you take your resume and you roll it into a big blunt. And you give it to them. Here you go, man. Have a go at that. My resume's on there if you don't smoke it. So I don't know. Maybe that's
you know what? Maybe part of the qualification was he wasn't gonna smoke all of Snoop's dope.
Is that all it was? Because honestly, I got a hunch Snoop's a sharing kind of guy. Hey, you need to get high? Here you go. I'll hook you up. It's not like he doesn't have money. So come on.
He shared with Fluffy, and that was a well-watched video, so yeah.
All right, come on, carry on, Bill.
All right, Omar, within the past month, crypto has had a 97% correlation with NASDAQ, but only half that with the Dow.
Yeah, there's one of the things you kind of got to wrap your head around on crypto is 90%, I hate to say this, but I'm going to anyway. 90% of the cryptos that are out here they're bullshit. All right. And we're not talking about just meme tokens. We're talking about DEX after DEX after DEX after lending platform after lending platform after lending platform. One thing, why does everything run together? Because you purchase token A at DEX A, and you use that as collateral at lending platform B so that you can purchase crypto C based on what you bought at A and so forth ad infinitum, and it just keeps going. So as crypto A starts to devalue, it's going to affect everything that happens to be tied to that, and there you go. And I'm sorry, man, but the bulk of our crypto is pure financial products that only serve themselves. That's the problem, is that these things don't invite legacy money. Bulk of them are on the DeFi. All right, DeFi does not attract a whole hell of a lot of legacy money because the same people who are buying these don't even understand how the hell it works. The bulk of the crypto market, that's 80% of the crypto world, exists on the central exchange. They don't even have a wallet. They don't have a Kepler, a MetaMask, Coinbase. They don't even have an external wallet. They have nothing. They live their entire lives on the central exchanges. So when you want to start talking about esoteric, getting into deep financials. You have to go to the DeFi for that. When you go to the DeFi, it is so intermingled out here because of additional lending platforms and being able to leverage token A to purchase token B to stake with token C and so forth. So when one goes, they really all go. And when you have that kind of intermingling up here, you don't have a lot of real world use case products that are being brought to market at all. Now, these are the things that are going to attract the legacy money. These are the things that are going to start to insulate themselves from these crazy highs and lows. Now, I'm looking straight at Jackal because it is 100% pure use case, pure legacy-facing product. I say the same thing about Orchid, 100% pure legacy, pure use case product. And we need more of those. That's the problem. But the big problem is that we don't have that many new ideas of how to reuse Web3. How can we turn Web3 and take a legacy product, build it out on Web3, and make it better, smarter, faster, safer, and cheaper? How do we do that? We don't. We get developers that have been building DEXs on Terra Network, and then they go to Solana and build DEXs, and then they come to Cosmos and build DEXs, and we just keep regurgitating the same developers with the same ideas. And eventually you dilute the market. Well, guys, look, we are diluted. Now, Emery and I are at odds on this. He says we need more of them. Look, man, I'm a DEX locust, all right? How do you think I made all my damn money? Aside from being in crypto before most people were in crypto, but I do it by harvesting liquidity on new DEXs. So every time one goes up, I will go in real heavy because you have a real good idea what's about to happen. They get excited, on they go, money pours in, and I'm there to scoop it up. And the very second that it wobbles the least little bit, I'm out. And everybody, there's just piles of us. We are herds of locusts going from DEX to DEX to DEX. We're looking for new DEXs, not even new ideas, just new DEXs. Because if it's new, it must be better. But if you get down to the tokenomics and read the white papers, you find out it's not better. It's just different. It's just a different icon. But it's new. It's fresh. You gotta be there. Look at Twitter. Everybody's talking about this. Boom, you're in, you're in, you're in. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you ApeCoin. I give you the NFT market and how the new one is always going to be the best one. I give you ApeCoin. How's it doing, by the way? How is the entire NFT market doing? Because that was NFTs were spinning up the same goddamn time that DEXs were. And then next thing you know, you have NFT marketplace after marketplace after marketplace, and you diluted yourself. You're no longer original or interesting. You're just next. So until we break this cycle, break this pattern, this is what we got. Because all it is regurgitated financial products. I don't see anything new or unique. I just don't. So until then, we got to stick with what we believe in. That's it. I believe in Osmo. I really do. And I don't really give a shit about the price. I get it, man. It's down from $10 to 78 cents. Guess what? Everything is down 90%. This is not unusual for this one. Juno was at $45. Bell, look up Juno. Tell me what the price is right now. None of these things are unusual. So when it gets down to rock bottom, which is not even, we're not there yet, but we're getting closer every single day. You have to stick with fundamental projects that you believe in. I like the IBC. I like what they're doing. I like that they are bringing all of these just far out L1s together. And I'm more than happy to ride the market fluctuations up and down. This is a DEX that I did not suck liquidity out of in bail because I believe in what they're doing. So, and when we get more of that, that's when Web3 starts to step out of the shadows and be taken seriously. But until that happens, guys, this is our every single day. Belle, how much is Juno?
Juno is $2.51.
It was $45 90 days ago. $45 to $2. That is a success story in itself. And this isn't even talking. Look, here's the funny thing. Even without all the drama that went around Juno, it'd still be $2. All right, it would still be $2. I understand the passions, man, but unless you have the capital to back up those passions, you're going down with the rest of us. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Alternator, actually giving you a compliment. Scott is talking tons of sense here. Patience is your greatest ally through this. No sudden moves or snap decisions.
I never hear that. Nobody ever tells me that. Scott's talking sense. I never hear that. It's always Scott's just rambling away. Was I just ranting? Was I just ranting? It felt like a rant. I don't even know anymore. But
Nobody gave any +1s, +2s, or gave you any kind of ranking. So no,
okay,
that was just a passionate discussion.
all
All
right,
right,
give me
so
something.
Eric, I'm fighting my urges to buy. I have a hard time with patience.
Well, you know what? Spend 9 years in a Klingon mining colony or a Romulan mining colony, and you will learn patience. I hated that movie. Was bad, but it was such a good line. You know what? The funny thing, you ever see that movie? It was a Star Trek Insurrection, or no? What was it? What was the name of it? It was the last Next Generation movie. I didn't know that the guy that played the Romulan. I didn't know that was what's his name? The guy who played Spawn. I didn't know it was him. I had no idea. He was so young. He wasn't yet covered with tattoos. So I didn't know that was him. But that is one of my good lines. That is a line that I really like from that movie. I'm a total geek. I'm an unapologetic geek. I'm 50 years old. I've been into sci-fi, fantasy, all that stuff my entire life. So I don't even feel bad about it. But patience is kind of, it is a virtue. But just being patient is not really enough because we're all not going to make it. That's the funny thing. Remember, what is that? Wag me? I see that on the tweeter thing all the time. You know, we're all going to make it. Just got to hold, just got to have faith, just got to believe. That's not true. All right. We're all not going to make it. Some of these things are going to die off. Now, patience is great from 30,000 feet. That means you can see where you have a decent idea where they should be in 6 months. In that case, yes, patience, smart money, be smart with it. But if you are just holding it because everything comes back, well, that's the rule of unanimity, and that's the third rule of propaganda, because not everything will come back. We're all not going to make it. So patience is great in smart projects, but you have to be able to see it. All right, rule number 1, know your investment. Aside from that, man, it's just hopium, all right? That's not patience. Now, you're just hopium because you have no damn idea. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Scotty Too Hottie, please rant about leverage trading so no one here falls into that trap.
You're all going to fall into it, man. Look, I can go on and put ratio. I could go up there and say 10-1, and with the big circle, the Ghostbusters, don't do it. But people are still going to do it. All right, you're going to hear it. YouTubers are going to be talking about it. Actual influencers, not old guys, are going to be talking about it and how it's such a good idea. And then you're going to start hearing some anecdotal success stories, because there are always anecdotal success stories. People win the lottery every day. So because it's mathematically possible and it happened, therefore it's your turn. There's no truth to that. All right, this is dangerous. This is very, very. If you're turning investing into a casino, all right? You're turning smart investing into a slot machine. Now, I don't recommend that you do that, but I'm not going to try to dissuade you because, look, it's your money and it's your business. And sometimes the best way to learn is to zero out, because then you just learned a hard lesson. Oh, look, don't do this. So it's just one of those funny things. Until it happens to you, it's never happened before. Stay away from it. That would be my strongest recommendation, unless you are a very, very savvy investor and you know something that the rest of us don't know. If you don't have that information, you stay the hell away from it. And in a bear market, my God, what are you thinking? But this is going to be probably where it'll see the most action. So like if in reference to SIF chain, I hope they get it up and online, because I own millions and millions and millions of SIF chain. So, yeah, I would love them to open a casino. People, that was an earlier question, Belle. Remember? Where's an online casino? Watch this.
Yeah.
SIF chain. SIF chain. As soon as they go online, there's your online casino. Oh, Belle, please carry on.
All right, Robbie Smith.
That was funny, Belle. Shut up. That was.
Hey, why do you think I'm having a hard time choking out this next question? I'm trying not to laugh too hard.
Okay, I'll leave you alone.
So Robbie Smith hit us with a $4.99 super chat saying, "Keep up the good work. You guys are the best."
No, Robbie, you're the best. Look, guys, even in this this crushing, brutal market, I don't need your money. All right, it ain't about me. All this stuff goes to Belle. So I appreciate your support, but I'm not shaking the can at you or anything like that. So if you're doing it for Belle. Carry on, Belle.
All right, Jack Sparrow, Scott, I've brought a few things on the low with the plan to scalp, but on Adam, I'm thinking to keep and stake and get something. Thoughts?
Adam's going to be a rough one, man. Look, I'm a big fan of ecosystem tokens. All right. I'm not wearing my Adam shirt right now, but look, you see it on my videos. You guys know where I stand on this. I'm a big, firm believer in the Cosmos ecosystem. I think it's going to work out real, real well. It is tough, double tough to scalp ecosystem tokens, native ecosystem tokens, man. It is rough. When they go, when the token itself goes, when it hits a good acceleration, a new product, new innovation, new something comes out of it, it reflects and spreads value to the entire ecosystem. That's why I'm a big fan of ecosystems. So it is double tough to scalp these things. Now, if you really want to scalp, man, look, we got a course. We don't have a course, but I'll turn it on. You can watch me day trade. If you really want to scalp, man, it is these small market cap tokens that you're going to want to be looking over, and those are the anything from 12 to maybe $40 million total diluted value. That's where I look, and that's my sweet spot for scalping because it's so easy to move the price. Now, when I'm doing it, obviously, look, I personally move the price because I make big buys, big sells, all that shit. But it's not that hard to spot the mover and climb on for a little bit. So if you're going to scalp, stick with small market cap tokens. Don't go for ecosystem tokens, man, because, one, they don't move fast. And when they, you know what, you do you. If you want to scalp Adam, man. It's not a direction that I'd go, but I like where your head is. Bell, please carry on.
Code R1, will the DEXs boost APRs soon? They need money. I mean, like 300% APR again?
Probably not in this case because this is a lateral market crash. All right, this is all the way across the board. So everybody's doing it now. It is absolutely an investor's market, and I would expect to see more things like I'd expect to see more of the little sweet spots like this because obviously it's a money grab. You're pairing your native token with USDC, and you're giving 257% for it. So obviously, look, man, you are out for capital. And yeah, it would not surprise me to start to see the wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped Ethereum, good hard blue chips paired with native tokens on these DEXs with just exceptionally high DEXs. I'm sorry, APRs, because they're trying to do the same thing. Let's take a look at SIF right now because SIF is definitely doing that with some of their things. So hang on, guys. It takes a second for this one to load up. But yeah, let me see. What did they add? They added something new on here. I'll be damned. Hang on. They added new tokens. Yeah, so if you take a look at some of these, like Rowan Ethereum at 188%, Rowan USDC at 165%, Rowan Atom at 180%. So yeah, they are absolutely doing precisely this, is offering these exceptionally good APRs in an attempt to boost their TVL. These are good, solid tokens at an exceptionally high APR. So SIFChain's already been doing this, but you're going to start to see more and more DEXs doing that. That's a good eye, by the way, man. That's a nice catch because I don't talk about it a lot. But, yeah, it is absolutely real. And the reason that they're going to do these things is just for that, is to shore up that TVL, because that comes back to investor confidence. When you see something with a $600, $700, $800 million TVL, you know they're not going away tomorrow. So, yeah, more and more DEXs are doing this. This one right here is personally insulting to me, is the fact that you took wrapped Bitcoin. And by the way, any of the SIFChain people, if you're watching, why do you have Bitcoin at 88%? Do you not want to show a little bit more confidence in your own DEX that you'd put Bitcoin at 88%? You need to double this. If you want to pull APR from something, pull it from these tiny little tokens that have no TVL in them whatsoever. Start pulling some percentages from there, and you start to move it to Bitcoin. You're going to have to. If you don't, the market's going to do it for you, and the market's all going to end up on osmosis. I own too much Rowan to let this fail. So, guys, please, smart money. Bell, carry on.
Daniel M., could Ethereum be nothing more than the first, the one to learn from, the dial-up, the AOL?
Absolutely, it could. Well, it kind of already is, man. When you break it down, look, Ethereum is old tech. Ethereum is absolutely old tech. Now, it's the one that everybody knows. But even when DSL was coming out, people were still just, no, I know my modem works every single time. I trust the phone company. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with what I know. And that's more or less Ethereum. But there are ecosystems, Cosmos, Solana. I can go on and on this. I'm not going to. But these things are better, faster, cheaper. They're in every measurable way superior to Ethereum. So yes, Ethereum is absolutely the one to learn from. That's why the merge is happening. Even Ethereum is starting to realize, man, we can't carry on like this. It's too expensive. It's too expensive, and we were not built for this kind of scale. And everybody else that came on, all the big ecosystems came on afterwards, realized this is a problem. Proof of work, proof of stake. So yeah, they're all changing it. But even Ethereum itself is catching up and saying, look, man, we can't carry on like this. So what's going to happen after the merge? That's what Scott's really, really interested in. I'm going to start to see that's what I'm looking for. So yes, sir, I 100% agree with that statement. This is the one to learn from. And the DeFi did. Bell, please carry on.
Scotty Too Hottie, you think you could start a video series, say, starting at 2,500 and 10x it like you did before?
Like I did right now? Shit, dude, right now it's easy day. It's easy to be brilliant when you reach bottom. It really is, because I have capital left, all right? I have never... Even the money that I show you, guys, look, this isn't all of my dosh, all right? Rule number 1, know your investment. Rule number 2, diversify. I understand that I keep saying that over and over and over. I think it's critical, absolutely critical for you as investors to know those 2 rules. And, of course, also this one right here. You see that? This too shall pass. You need to know all 3 of these things. They are the 3 most important things, tools in your bag as an investor. You need to know all 3 of those. So, yeah, right now to go from 2,500 to 25,000, babe, no problem. All right, that's honestly, it's almost not. I'll tell you what, Bell. If Bell, you guys talk to Bell, send her some emails. If you guys want to see the video series, I'll do it again. But in this market right now, I'm not precisely feeling bottom, and I'm not going to say anything until the Fed makes their next move, and it's probably coming on Wednesday. After that, after they have made their moves, yeah, I'll start up a video series, man, but I'll turn it from 2,500 25,000, and I'll do it in a couple weeks. It's going to be a target-rich environment, so it's not really fair. But if you want to see it, certainly I'll show you. Bell, carry on.
Crypto Crash Farmer, have you looked at Cadena yet?
I'm familiar with it, man, but my rule number 2 is all filled up right now. I'm about as diversified as I want to be. So it's not that I like or dislike the product. It's just I don't have time for another one. That's really where it comes down to. If somebody would like to be my my crypto conciliary, send me an email. Maybe we could talk. Bell, carry on.
All right, Joe G. So would you call Juno a good buy at 250 given the higher APR than Osmo, or keep dumping into Osmo as you?
You know, it's I don't do anything I do. All right, don't do anything that I do. Be real clear here. Don't do anything I do, guys. Look, my risk tolerance is massive, because I have reserve capital. I can zero out tomorrow, and I'll get over it. And I'll recover because I have, again, reserve capital. So don't do what I do. The whole idea behind the podcast is we only show you what we do. We are not advocating for you to do what we do, ever. Because I can afford and soak the losses. It's not a big deal. Nobody likes to lose money, but I've been in the game a long time, man. So you know how to recover from even when it gets really, really bad. So don't do what I do. But would I consider Juno a good buy? I think Juno can go lower. I think Osmo can go lower. I think all these damn things can go lower. But some of the interesting things that I'm starting to see right now is that they are so perfectly aligned with what Bitcoin's doing. And Bitcoin is doing what the Dow is doing. And the Dow is doing what the feds are telling it to do. So you're starting to almost get into a level of predictability here. And I love predictability. I adore predictability. So You know what? You do you. I'll tell you what. I'm not getting into Juno. It's not really my thing. I have some staked, and whatever I get from stake, I'll go over. I'll pair it up with something over on the Juno DEX, usually USDC, because I got a lot of that too. So I'll pair it up just to have it working, because I insist on having my money working in every way, shape, or form. But I wouldn't take personal capital out and put it into Juno. That's a me thing, man. Look, if you see value in it that I'm not seeing, go for it. I hope it works out for you. Bell, carry on.
Ray Meister Jr., thoughts on Iris Network on Cosmos, China blockchain?
Yeah, I'm not really there yet. I'll just put that. I'm not really there yet, but again, it could come down to a rule number 2 for me right now. I'm trying to absolutely lock in my current spreads on everything that I'm in right now. So a lot of my APR and APYs are committed, and I just can't. I don't want to pull any more out right now. So that's probably it. But again, like anything else, man, if you see value in it, babe, go for it. Bell, carry on.
Crypto Crash Farmer, then what is new tech? He brought this up when you were talking Ethereum.
What is new tech? Well, Cosmos, everything I'm going to say is in comparison to Ethereum. Solana is new tech. All right. ADA is new tech. Cosmo is new tech. Going from Ethereum over to anything else would be effectively new tech. Now, the thing that would really get me going is if we find something that is going to work, that is going to be superior, meaning better, faster, safer, cheaper, than either Cosmos or Solana, or I almost said Terra. Belly, I almost said Terra. Don't worry about that. That is what I consider new tech. Now, the application of the tech is where we're getting stuck right now, because we keep building the freeways, but we're not building the off-ramps. There are just not a lot of off-ramps. And an off-ramp, for me, I would consider, I don't know, Orchid. Orchid is an off-ramp. Jackal is an off-ramp. There are the products that are utilizing the tech to appeal to the legacy world. These are the off-ramps, and we're not building enough of those. So that is where it's going to come down, and we can keep making better and better chains. We can absolutely do that. But if we're not building products that are utilizing those chains in a non-financial, crypto-facing fashion, then we're going to have a problem. And, I don't even have to say we're going to have a problem. It's pretty clear to everybody that we have a problem. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Daniel, question, how are the real gainers made in the bear market? Shovel and hold top 50 tokens?
Yeah, it's a lot of people are going to run over to blue chips. I see more value in the alt market. But again, that's me, and I own blue chips. All right, I show you guys my blue chips from time to time as well. So it's a matter of being diversified. Now, the alt market is always going to be more reactionary, and it's going to be more aggressive, both up and down, than your standard blue chips. It will. It has. I'm going to base all of this on everything that has occurred. I'm not going to say what will occur, because what the hell do I know? But thus far, the alt market has always been a lot more volatile, both up and down. So I am aggressively looking for these sub penny use case tokens that have a legacy world face right now, because this right now, in the crash, getting near the bottom, hitting all the way down, this is the time to acquire those, because you get them so damn cheap, and they're already long tokens. The problem I have with long tokens is typically they're overvalued, and I don't want to get into an overvalued long token, because there's no way that I can, the opportunity costs are just brutal. But right now, as the market crashes, as they crash laterally, plummets all the way the hell down from a pure raw number value, I get more value, more potential value out of these very small sub-penny, low market cap use case tokens. I get a lot more value out of those, so I'm going to go after those a lot more aggressively. That's just me. For example, Cosmos is sitting at about $6 now, $6.50, a little over. For Cosmos to go to 25, that's a 400%, and that would be fabulous, fabulous. But let's take AMP, for example, which is currently sitting at 0.009 cents, under a penny. For AMP, for me to get a better gain out of AMP, which actually is, and, I'm all over the board on AMP, but I actually do see a potential for this. It's long. It's a long way off, but at less than a penny per token, which is effectively its all-time low. Right now, I consider it undervalued for its potential. And for me to get the same kind of gains that I'd get out of this, out of Cosmos at $25, AMP's only got to go to 3.5 damn cents. I believe that it can do it. So because of that, I'm going to get a better gain out of it, so I'm going to go after it more aggressively. But that's me. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I am doing. Bell, carry on.
Raymeister Jr., is it possible that USDC will depeg?
Anything is mathematically possible, all right, including USDC. I would see Tether going before that, and the fact that Tether has about, I want to say maybe an additional $25 billion in it. During the last audit of Tether, they only had 14%. That's 14% of their minted tokens were held as capital reserves. So they can only go dollar for dollar to 14% of it. So if 20% of the market decided we're going to run on it right now, Tether's gone. That's how close that is. That's how wobbly that one would be. And I'd be more than happy to have the discussion with any Tether maxis and tell me that it could never, ever happen because, hey, UST, all right, it can. If it's mathematically possible, then all it needs is time. So I'd be a little bit more concerned about Tether than USDC. But honestly, with as much as they have in there right now, man, I'm concerned with both of them. So there you go. What the hell do I know? Bell, carry on.
Ryan Deegan, the osmosis halt was the nail in my portfolio's coffin. So the final knife twist.
Well, the funny thing about the halt, still an Osmo fan, man. I'm not defending them. They should check their code. Code is law. And you ate it on that one. That was bad. But as far as the fall off of the token price, man, it was going there anyway. All right, it was absolutely going there anyway. All it did was finally catch up when they turned the chain on. So it fell off equivalent to everything else in the DeFi. All right, it did not. There was no insulation to it there. It all fell off, and Osmo kind of went with it. I understand, man. Look, I don't want my chain to go down ever, ever, ever. But would you rather? Let's play the would you rather game. Would you rather them have left it up and liquidated the entire exchange? That's really all it comes down to. Would you rather them have liquidated the entire exchange, 2 or 3 people, starting with $200 and wipe out $500 million worth of value? Is that going to make everybody feel better? I'm not defending them, man. You screwed up. Check your damn code over and over and over until you know beyond a shadow of a doubt from a user standpoint, that's somebody like me, that you cannot manipulate this DEX or pull out more than you put in. Until you can get to something simple like that, do not release the damn code. And if you do, we're all going to remember. All right, Osmo cannot stand up here, right? You know what? Juno hasn't went down, but Osmo has. So there you go. There's a meme for you. Bell, carry on.
That was actually the last question for the moment.
Fantastic. And look at there, man. We made it all the way to almost 8 o'clock, a little over an hour, and I've said nothing. For an hour flat, I've said nothing. Guys, this is my gift to crypto, is the fact that I can say absolutely nothing, but do it in such an intriguing way that you'll continue to watch. We love having you guys here, man. And I needed this one tonight, guys. Look, it's absolutely rough, but I can look at this objectively, and I have been waiting for this to happen, not the crypto crash. That was an inevitable thing. But I have been waiting for the feds to finally step up and say, oh, my goodness, we have a problem. All right, they've been going on for years now. Don't worry, inflation, a little bit is necessary to any kind of healthy growing economy, and we can show you mathematically how that is true. But eventually you run out of road, and we ran out of road. So now they've finally gotten to the point where they must take action. The thing that you need to be looking at right now, and you should be checking this every morning, you see that number right there? See that Dow futures? This is what you need to be looking at every single day. the first thing after you check your portfolio, you should be looking at that number right there, because this is going to tell you what kind of day you are about to have, particularly in Bitcoin. When you shed 876 points from the market, as happened overnight, as this happened today, Bitcoin got ahead of it, because Bitcoin looked at that number and we saw that those futures were already down 700 points over the weekend before the market even opened. Bitcoin ran like hell. These are all the legacy money that was in there. They pulled it. They said, get out. We know what's coming. And they did. You need to be looking at this number. Everyone, how do you know what's about to happen? This tells you right here, not precisely what's going to happen, but what is likely to happen. You pay attention to that number. This matters. If you ignore this, you ignore it at your own peril. So please check it. It is not that big a deal for you to take a look at that number. All right? It's not a big deal. So do yourself a favor, check your portfolio, check the Dow futures, and you're about to figure out what you're going to do. If you were going to be a hyperactive investor, and I endorse that, you take a look at that, and you should be able to already be planning your moves for the day based on that. Never have all in. Never put everything in at one time. You should always keep something liquid. If you don't have anything liquid, you're going to miss opportunities. These things right here, that little number, all those numbers across the top, Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, they are telling you what's about to happen. Pay attention to it. It matters. So with that, guys, I'm all done. Turning it over to Belle. She can talk as long as she wants. I'm going to smoke my cigarette and finish my I'm going to smoke my electronic cigarette and finish my bourbon. But until then, Belle, please take it away. For those who joined us tonight, man, I cannot thank you enough. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I'll tell you what, you'd be the first one in about 3 weeks, because we've got nothing. Our message is not resonating well, Belle, and I'm trying so damn hard. I don't need YouTube, but damn it, I just want to reach people. So we'll continue to pivot on that. Anyway, Belle, please take it away, guys. I had a ball.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who joined us on this impromptu Monday night stream, we seriously thank each and every one of you guys. You guys were asking some fantastic questions as usual tonight, and that keeps us on our toes. Yeah, they make us think, and yeah, you guys are brilliant for asking them. Now, with that being said, we are going to be back on tomorrow night at our normal time of 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time as well. We seriously hope you guys did get a lot out of this stream, and we definitely, again, can't thank you enough for joining in. Now, with that being said, guys, again, we're going to be back on tomorrow night. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns in the meantime, don't hesitate to drop Scott and I an email, scott@thepodcast.com or bella@thepodcast.com. We do thank you guys, and we will see you tomorrow night.
You couldn't get out of that one, could you, Belle? You
No.
couldn't get out. We'll see you guys. We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.